killed things from other worlds before.
She with you?
I thought she was with you.
On today's issue of Comix Now, Ryan Kusin.
Shield smash, sword slash, and lassos whiplash. Wonder Woman not only beating the box office black and blue in its first weekend, but silencing the critics in the process.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to Comix Now. This is our second episode. This is all about Wonder Woman, so if you haven't seen it yet, we recommend going and checking it out and checking this episode later. Or if you don't want any spoilers, check on this time in our episode, and we'll have a little bit more without spoilers. You know, I really feel like they knocked it out of the park with this one. You know, Batman vs. Superman, Suicide Squad, great characters that they brought in with one of the best Batmans I've ever seen. Henry Cavill's killing it as Superman.
Ben Affleck, baby.
That's Harley Quinn in a nutshell. And I think Gal Gadot is our Wonder Woman. What I think really helped was the 20-25 minute origin scene where you see her as a kid, wanting to become a warrior. Not only that, you got the action art piece set that kind of told a little bit of their history too, gave you that background, without force feeding it to you in a way, and still giving you like that mystery.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't too sure of everything power-wise that she was due to what we first saw in Batman vs. Superman. You know, fighting Doomsday. You know, seemed like she was crippling him. She could take his arm off with the sword of the gods, or god-killing sword, I should say. And then the shield and even the lasso, which made everyone tell the truth in the entire film. They made it a point that the lasso made you tell the truth. Each character.
I am taking you to the front. We are probably gonna die. This is a terrible idea.
Seeing Steve's death definitely was the
breaking point.
The breaking point for her power to be released. Because originally I thought you would see her having that force field when she's going into battle with all the machine guns.
Yeah.
That would make more sense. You got to see that because a little not so realistic, but you know.
Yeah, and then her absorbing the power as well in the end and killing Ares with his own power goes to show how powerful she really is.
She's so badass.
She's the weapon.
When you really think about it, she's got Wolverine's healing power. She's got Superman's strength. She's got friggin'
fly, apparently. Fly now. She flies.
Yeah, they've always been a weird creation of how she floats. Either she's floated, levitated, just jumps really high.
Yeah.
I know in the Justice League cartoon, she straight up just flew. In New 52, she flew. I think her and Superman's flying abilities will be a little different. She more can maybe hover and float a little bit, where Superman actually can direct his flight any pattern that he wants to go.
She's not faster than a speed bullet, per se.
Also, with the speeding bullet, you see her being able to see and block these bullets. Does that mean she's going to be able to fast enough to see Flash move and knock him out in ways?
I still think Flash is got her. Attention on Easter eggs in this film, using her when she finally makes it into London and she goes through a revolving door. They had once done that in the first Superman film with Christopher Reeves. She also stopped a bullet from hitting Steve Trevor's, in which same thing happens with Superman. Clark Kent stops a bullet from hitting Lois Lane in an alleyway in Superman 1, so it was cool just to see them throw that back.
You know, I noticed a lot of connections to Superman in ways, especially Man of Steel, the first one, where you see his origin stories, and a lot of back and forth where you see that jumping scene where you're starting to learn how to fly, and then putting on the glasses, the fake glasses, to make yourself look like somebody else. Or
oh yeah, I forgot about that as well. They did that.
Well, you know, and you notice the stories lining up in ways of her immediately ready to become a warrior. Where it took Clark some time to become a warrior, in the way that he didn't even go save his dad in the tornado. Where she's running out on the beach, and they're telling her to get the hell out. You know, so it's complete opposites in effects.
She approached becoming a hero. That I see. That was everything in this film. She didn't run from being what she was supposed to be, as opposed to the pressure that Superman felt when he was on film that he had no choice to become a hero, and the same thing goes for Batman. He has no choice but to do the stuff to do because he suffered such a great loss. Her family kind of just banished her, even though, like I said, she was made from clay and sculpted from clay, and then Zeus gave her the power to be a warrior.
That's not mix it up. I feel like there is a little bit of naivety in there because they do use the original origins of her. I think that was the original Wonder Woman, and now they're using more of the New 52 of Zeus.
The villains in the film, pretty diabolical. Dr. Merrill, a.k.a. Dr. Poison, and General Lundorf, they were just diabolical. Just cooking up gases, throwing them in trenches, killing soldiers, but at the same time, he's doing inhalants that she created for him. Gases. Just...
It makes you think about a character later on who gets real strong and uses some kind of venom.
Little back-breaking action. Also, the other villain, spoiler alert, being Sir Patrick, a.k.a. was Ares in the end.
Yeah, Ares, I think he was the best villain we've gotten from DC by far. And it kind of scared me with the God being the villain, kind of like Suicide Squad, where you get this super-powered villain. Is Wonder Woman would be able to take this on? Especially if he killed all the gods, you know what I mean? So I was a little reluctant at first, but it came out great. It's kind of sucks that God will banish you with a porn mustache, but...
Woo! We saw it. Naked in a cave with a weird handlebar mustache. Yeah, couldn't grow a beard, but... Hey.
So Wonder Woman, we got a nudity scene. Not what we thought, but, hopefully the DC men butt cheeks will stop. I don't know.
Amazons were pretty well clothed compared to Steve Trevor's.
Trev Dog.
What he was...
Literal Trev Dog. Trev dogging.
Laying in a pool of youth. And,
actually, quick note about the fountain. That fountain has healing properties that it mentions. Makes you think about Steve Trevor. You never see him die at all. And he could easily shot that, jumped out of the plane. Has healing powers, jumps into some water. Who's to say? Who's to know? In the comics, the fountain is actually connected to the Lazarus pit. You can find out that in New 52, you find it's connected. And so there are healing properties to it. Quite not sure, though. He's dead. The motherfucker's dead.
Steve is not coming back, folks.
Steve's gone.
Bye, Steve.
You left a cliffhanger, but you don't really even see in the end who she... I think Wonder Woman is definitely working with somebody. Like, you see that in Batman vs. Superman. She has her own team. Obviously, the people are, it's 100 years later, so everyone's pretty much
Could be
gone.
SAS or something, international spy.
I'm actually looking forward to the sequel. I think Gaddett and Jenkins have both signed on for a new one. And, we're going to get Justice League, Aquaman, Batman there, and then I think it's open for what's next. And I think a Wonder Woman sequel would be perfect. She's going to have to get her sword back. We got plenty of villains. She's got Cheetah villain. She's got Darkseid's daughter. And she also still has to find her plane. I'm excited for that.
Here's another spoiler alert. Don't stay till after the credits. Nothing. DC showed it. They kind of did a pan out before the film had started, showing DC, and it showed our 7. And hopefully they find a spot for Hal Jordan to be in there, and
they're uniting the 7, which I still believe we are gonna get Green Lantern in the Justice League movies.
He's there, not Ryan Reynolds.
Honestly, as you've pointed it out, we've seen Green Lantern in Batman vs Superman.
Yeah, the plane going up above the funeral service at Superman's funeral service. A plane on the far right goes up, and the other planes continue. And not only just then, but they still show that same sequence happening in Suicide Squad when Amanda Waller's talking about the death of Superman, and a plane once again going up into the sky while 4 continue forward. I don't know if that's a service thing that they do for fallen soldiers or military, but to me that seems like a very dead-on clue. Oh, and before we forget, Phantom, what do you got for us today?
Phantom!
Phantasm.
Phantom! Looks like we have a Comix Now jacket.
Yes.
I do. I come to bring you patches to put on the jacket.
Ah, Wonder Woman patches. Week 1, we get Wonder Woman patches. This is a daily routine. We're going to take this. This is our Comix Now jacket. Hopefully by the end we'll have this thing fully covered from all our collectible boxes that we do receive from this wonderfully built Phantom that we have here. And yeah, we're just going to go. We're just having fun. And maybe at some due time, once this jacket's nice and filled up, we can give it away to some lucky fan or viewer or subscriber. Depending on when you like, share, or follow our pages, we will let that be known. But for right now, we got to fill this thing up.
Don't forget about our awesome merch and really cool giveaways.
Thanks everybody for pressing play.
You can subscribe to our page, Comix Now on YouTube. Like and share with your friends.
Also, I want to thank everybody for helping us on Patreon. You're making this happen. See you next time.
Yes, thank you. That's Comix Now.
Get those wonderful toys.